What's going on, chess fanatics? It's been 40 episodes already. I think the rating's gone up a little bit. I was looking at some 90-day stats. Probably about plus 70 elo within that time frame. Granted, I may not have played a whole lot of Rapid prior to that, so yeah, I think all things considered, we're probably hovering around where we were 40 days ago, maybe a little bit stronger, but maybe with a couple wins, we'll approach a new all-time high. Yeah, it's been a fun journey thus far, I should say, and certainly looking forward to seeing what occurs in the future. I've been taking a look at some lines, doing some studying, although I gotta say I'm pretty lazy when it gets to doing that, but that's okay. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Without further ado, we will jump into the 10-minute pool and see who we get today. Okay, opponent 1602, playing out of Indonesia, and we're going to open up with d4. Okay, so I've been playing knight to f3 here to avoid some, I think, potential Benoni lines, even though we have some systems to play those. It's not always the best. Okay, so in this scenario we'll play c3 just to stop the knight from coming in. Yeah, opponent may want to expand, so we will wind up just playing h3 as well. Seems like a bit of a slower approach, but we both have two pieces developed at this point in time. Okay, so we'll bring the bishop out. This bishop's outside of his pawn chain, so if we trade it off, I'd be happy with that. Let's just take it. Okay, so we have queen takes. I think we're gonna just maybe castle. You know what? Actually, might go knight b to d2 just to no. That gives him the option to play queen d3. Maybe what we'll do is just stay as such, and we'll just play a4 and see which way our opponent winds up castling. Now, maybe we'll play a5 as well and block our opponent's ability. So they might play knight h5 here in an effort to target the bishop. Okay, instead they just come in. And because of that, we can now play knight b d2 because we no longer have the queen's ability to access. Wow. Okay, so we can play bishop up, target the rook. I'm assuming they'll trade, and then we'll have access into h5, which could be good. We could also look at taking first, but that would go pawn takes, and then we'd have to likely develop the knight to an odd square. Okay, so the opponent just gives us a rook, which is great. So yeah, okay, I get that they want a castle. What if we just... Is there an easy way to save this? Might be a little bit more difficult. So what we'll do is just put the bishop here on g7. And then worst case scenario, they're going to castle. Maybe we just end up snacking on a pawn somewhere. Certainly not ideal, but okay, which is the best one to take? Do we take the... Okay, what if we... What is the best pawn to take? You know what, let's just go with the f pawn. Now what we can do... I mean, what if we play queen out. What's the move here? So we go queen b3. We'll see what our opponent plays here. Okay. So what if we just take this? Now we can go knight to d2 and we'll attack the pawn. I don't see any crazy attacks available at this point in time, so I think that this is a safe move. Might have to defend this somehow. Okay, so just king up. So we will play the fork. And now I'm assuming the queen will move to back up the bishop here potentially. Okay. So we'll just take. Now, kind of want to just play e4 here since our opponent is allowing us. I'm assuming they're going to double up the bishop, or sorry, double up. And then if we maybe just castle long. You know what? Let's go for it. If they play this, double up. Okay. Now we should make some sort of decision here as to what we're going to do. Now if we castle kingside, there is this. I don't know that it really matters so much because we can take, and then we can always play f3 if we need to. If the queen moves, we're going to have some nice scope. I don't think I'm castling into anything too crazy here. Or is it just safer to... If we castle queenside, we're going to drop this. Okay, let's just do it. So the b7 pawn is weak if our opponent leaves. Okay, so we saw this. This is fine. I think what we'll do is... Okay, so he's going to give us this pawn as well. So what if we just play f3 right now? So that's going to give us some space to escape if need be. Our opponent can push, but we'll be okay with that. Okay. So our opponent wants to get this in. But what if we just do this? Rook over. Okay, and okay. There's got to be something here. So check. Okay, now what about... We'll just take. Okay, we'll play check. That's my dog. Okay, so we'll just take. We'll take this too. And then we'll double up and take the knight. Okay, so yeah, let's just do this. Now, we got a lot of pawns to advance here. And that's what we'll do. Oh, didn't even notice it was my move. Okay. We'll avoid stalemate. And there we go. 5 mistakes, 1 blunder. Let's take a look here at the review. Yeah, so pretty convincing victory, although we only played at about 79.4% accuracy. Moose man, come here. Okay, so it didn't like grabbing space. And it instead wants me to target the free pawn there on c7. Okay. Again, it wants me to go to c7. I thought it would be good to just prevent any expansion here. We went a while without castling, so it's tough to say which side he was going to go to, if any. Yeah, it really wants me to take that pawn, so there's a bunch of mistakes there. I guess if it wasn't for that, we likely would have had a much cleaner game. So once they drop the rook... Oh, it thinks b3 is a mistake. Interesting. Yeah, it just wants me to take right away. I was a little bit scared at the time with all the pieces on the board. I just didn't want to open it up. Then we had some really favorable trades, and at this point, I mean, it was pretty much a sure thing. Assuming there's no gargantuan blunders, it was, you know, a huge pawn majority and a very easy path forward to win. So, you know what? Here we are, day 40, a victory. We will take it. Looks like we're currently rated 1636 at this point. Nice to see things trending in the right direction. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.